afraid, but MLG is claiming the record was broken in terms of stream views. So, overall, exciting event. Did you both have fun watching MLG?
I think Sundance said over 50,000 unique visitors, like, you know, and that was halfway through Saturday, so...
My goodness.
And
there were more on the first day of Anaheim watching on the stream than there were watching on the last day of Columbus.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's increasing exponentially.
Yeah, every MLG weekend is I just am glued to the chair. I try to watch both at the same time. I always try to watch DJ Week because he's my favorite, but...
I love him too. Oh my gosh, He gets a lot of hate from some of my friends, and I'm like, how can you hate him? He's so cool.
He's got that voice, man. He's like, anything he says, you're just like, oh, I'm sorry, DJ Wheat, you were talking? You go ahead.
He is just like the granddad of StarCraft 2, and I'm sure we all love him.
I'm upset that I didn't go. I was all set to go. I had this plan ready, and people were going to help me get there. California is not too far from Utah. So the flight wouldn't have been too bad, but I couldn't go, and I'm upset. I didn't get to go see Boxer or Rain or
MLG Provo
MVP.
next year. Could be.
That is so sad.
MLG Provo.
Yeah.
So sad. Right, where was I? Oh yes. Next piece of news, StarCraft 2 Starter Edition, which is free. Blizzard has announced it's replacing the demo of StarCraft 2 with a Starter Edition, which comes with the first 4 single-player missions, 2 challenges, the ability to play Terran only, and 4 maps. So paying StarCraft 2s aren't really suffering, and if you know someone wanting to try StarCraft 2, this is a good way to get them into it. Another way of expanding esports, so I don't think we can knock that.
Blizzard is ruining esports.
That can only be good. I mean, only playing Terran I don't think that's very smart. I mean, you might as well let people just play whatever. It's not, if they can only play 4 maps, they can't get achievements, they can't play on the ladder, it's not going to hurt anybody if they just tried all the races, but they really are, they want to give you a pinch of what you can experience, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're keeping with the theme, so they might do something similar for Heart of the Swarm, and then you'll only get to play Zerg in the Starter Edition of Heart of the Swarm. So I think that's the theme that they're going to keep with.
That's good foresight there.
Indeed. Right, esports news, Diablo 3. The upcoming epicness that is Diablo 3. It's had a few tomatoes flung at it this week.
I'm sorry?
It's had a few tomatoes flung at it this week.
Oh.
The community, with news that the auction house is going to be like any other auction house, with one exception. It's going to accept real currency, i.e. real money.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it is a design decision, says Blizzard. Also, a few people were apparently upset, to put it nicely, that the game will not have an offline mode for you play, and Blizzard is saying that it's surprised by this reaction because this is now the nature of how things are going and the nature of the industry. And on a side note, don't forget to update your beta profiles. Go do it after this, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're randomly chosen, you can, if you don't play Diablo 3, you could give it to me or go put it on eBay. So make sure you update your beta profiles.
Yeah,
I definitely think it's unannounced, but remember that with the StarCraft 2 beta, they had like giveaways and contests and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that for people who don't get randomly chosen, there's going to be another option to snag a beta key, hopefully.
How would one spend real money in an auction house in a game? You just throw money at another player? They actually get that money?
From what I know, and I'm not an expert on it because I didn't really participate in the whole Diablo 2 community or scene, but in Diablo 2, they actually you paid for items through eBay. You actually bought Diablo 2 items across the so that's why they're doing the system apparently. Is that
I understand.
The community built a system like that where you actually had to buy items in Diablo 2 that were farmed or
I see.
Or found or created.
That does seem to be making some sense though. that they would, cut out the middleman. They would like to be the person that hands item A to item, or player A to player B, and they're just gonna, I don't know, skim off the top of it, I guess. Maybe take a pinch of the trade money.
Dude, America could learn a huge lesson from Blizzard. Take something illegal, and you regulate it, and you tax it.
Oh, very good. Like tying your shoelaces together.
Exactly.
It's so
Epicness. I'm sure Diablo 3 will be epic. Blizzard, don't fuck it up.
What's an F-bomb?
Esports news, otherwise than that, HON has gone free to play. For anyone in Mobiland living under a rock, HON has gone free to play. If you're twiddling your fingers waiting for Dota 2, go check it out. And you don't have to be Albert Einstein's gaming brother to figure out this is in reaction to the Dota 2 preview that's coming up at Gamescom in Germany later this month. Speaking of Dota 2, if you wanted to suddenly conjure magic powers to get pro at Dota 2 before the 17th of August, now would be a good time, because there's a $1 million prize for this Dota 2 championship that's going on in August. And my god, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Wow. If you think that's a lot of money, one of the Dota 2 teams that applied for the Dota 2 Invitational or whatever got picked up by an organization or a company for like $6 million.
So
it's like it's $6 or $3 million. It's like it's
this is Valve's money.
No. This is some other company.
No, I mean the 1 million.
Teams. Yeah, the 1 million Blizzard.
Oh, no, I thought Dota was made by Valve now.
Or sorry, did I say Blizzard? I meant Valve.
Yeah. So Valve's just like, hey, we're gonna sponsor esports. Here's $1 million. No big deal.
Yep, no big deal. And then another company's like, oh, we'll throw another $3 million just to buy a team. No biggie.
Wow.
Yeah,
well,
it's kind of insane.
Guess I'm behind. Let's start my micromanagement.
Well, I'm changing professions. Time to be a Diablo.
Yeah,
I'm mixing up everything today. All the time.
Okay. Tech news. I have some quick tech news for you. Facebook face recognition. This news is unfortunately a harsh reminder that you can't hide from Big Brother nowadays. And it's pretty much that apparently they've been testing with the idea you can take your Facebook profile image and they can find you in public using your profile image of Facebook. It's not nice, and apparently it's the usual bollocks of if you're innocent, apparently you don't deserve privacy because, hey, what are you hiding? But
interesting.
No, not nice news, but I won't post it.
Yeah, privacy is uncool now. You know, if 10 years ago someone had told me, hey, I want to take all my family photos and just give them to everyone. If I wanted to show you a list of all my friends, here they are. And, you know, they have friends that are over here, and there's their list of friends. If someone had told you 10 years ago you were going to do that, people would laugh at you. And now it's uncool to not do that.
Exactly. On a lighter note, have you ever had to weigh something under 500 grams but can't be bothered to get your scales out? Well, this USB mouse I'm about to post in the chat has a pair of scales built into its body.
Yeah.
Right? And it's in the chat. I mean, it basically looks like one of these uncool gadget Christmas presents. So, if you've got a drug lord on your Christmas list, this may be for him.
This is for every near drug dealer that is a StarCraft gamer, so they can quickly measure out their drugs, get their customers out the door, and right back to games.
Good grief. I don't even know what to say.
Or if a laptop, you know, I got my laptop scale now, so you just carry your drug mouse with you. This relates, actually. Have you guys seen the iPhone case with a little side attachment to it that you can keep a one-hitter in, if I may be so brash, and something to put your product in as well? You should look it up.
Serious?
You guys do your own research. No, I'm not kidding.
Okay, everyone, do your homework.
I think it's Jumpstarter or Kickstarter.com. Some guys are trying to get an iPhone case with a paraphernalia slot.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get your phone confiscated in class.
Or your mouse now.
Indeed. Okay. I actually have no idea where Daniel is. We are missing a guest for whoever's now just joining us. But we will proceed on. Our first topic is browser wars. What we use and why. In the world of web browsers, some of the public out there are just content to use Internet Explorer. After all, it comes with your operating system. You don't need to do anything. But I believe this greedy, nasty monster needs to be put in its place. And nowadays, choice isn't limited, either for Windows, Mac or Linux. You have Firefox, Chrome, Rockmelt, Opera, Safari, and probably others a lot smaller. But all similar, all different. So let's discuss. Who wants to come in first?
I have no idea. I don't really know a lot about the browsers themselves or their differences. I use Firefox and Chrome mostly. I think everyone has phased out Internet Explorer at this point. Any gamer or decent technologically inclined person knows that Internet Explorer isn't. It's not the best option. I don't use Opera that much, but apparently Opera is kind of like second lowest on the list. It's not a high priority.
I've not used it a lot, to be honest with you. But I mean, just to give a brief history of browsers and where they come from, very brief. We all know Internet Explorer is Microsoft's contribution to Internet society, and thanks to the fact it bundles with Windows operating system, it was the most popular browser out there, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Number one is Mozilla's Firefox, which is now the most popular browser, and it is the most standards compliant browser out there. It's free, open source, it's a web developer's best friend. And second to that is Chrome, Google's contribution, and it's got a nice clean look. Daniel, are you with us? Speak to me, Daniel. Okay, Daniel is with us.
Can you hear me?
Hello. You're a little bit quiet, but he is here. This is everybody. This is Daniel from the National ESL. He is head of StarCraft 2, so he is a rather important person. So we must look after him. I can't currently hear him. I assume he is with us. We are currently on Browser Wars, Daniel.
I'm just adjusting the volume on my mic, just to let you know.
Yes,
okay.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Well, we are now a full team.
Okay, yeah, sorry about being late.
That's okay. We were late going live, so that's fine.
Okay.
Where was I? Oh yes, right. Into Chrome. Chrome has basically had sex with Facebook and produced Rockmelt. I tried it at the beginning of this year and it didn't last very long because you have to like being connected to Facebook 24/7. To get into the browser, you have to sign into Facebook.
Oh, that doesn't sound appealing.
If you're a Facebook nut or you love your social networks and your apps inside Chrome, then go and give it a try.
Do you really have to be connected to Facebook and Chrome?
No, in Rockmelt.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I've never even heard of this until you just...
Yeah, it's a very, very new one. It was released December last year. But other than that, you've got Safari, which is Apple's contribution, and Opera, of course. Well, for me, I use Chrome the most. After that, it would be Firefox and Safari. But what does everybody else use? And Navia said she uses Chrome and Firefox. What about you two guys?
We lost the volume on Donald.
I use Firefox mainly, but I kind of, I guess, dabble in Chrome a little bit. It doesn't have all the features that I want, so I kind of stick with Firefox for now, but I don't know, Firefox is getting a little worse lately, but I think everything's going to be alright. That's just what I use.
Yeah, I have dropped Firefox in favour of Chrome because it has been playing up with me so badly. it's like crashing. It's mainly